Floyd Mayweather.
Floyd Mayweather.
Floyd, Pretty Boy Floyd and Money Mayweather.
Floyd Mayweather.
While live on air this morning, take a look.
Once known as the untouchable king of boxing, Floyd Mayweather Jr. built a reputation on avoiding defeat at all costs. For years, he escaped punches, pressure, and controversy without ever taking a real loss. But now, the undefeated legend may be facing the one thing he can't outrun. Outside the ring, that flawless image is beginning to crack. This is no gossip headline or internet rumor. The ruling is official. The court has made its decision, and the empire Mayweather spent decades building could finally be starting to crumble. Floyd Mayweather's sentence is now final, and the situation is looking worse than ever.
Yeah, we don't want to talk about that. We're gonna get through this. That's tough because anybody know about business, you don't keep that type of money in just regular account. So I had to wire the money from somewhere. Okay. So I wired the money to the account, and when I wired it to the account, I went straight to the bank. I go to the bank myself to make sure shit get done. Because the thing is that I can't make all the money unless somebody else do all the dictating and do all the...
But true to classic Floyd Mayweather Jr. fashion, Floyd always managed to soften the blow, steer the public narrative, or spend his way out of controversy. This time, however, things feel far more serious. According to reports, a Nevada judge has issued a sentence tied to ongoing violations connected to alleged illegal business activity. The accusations reportedly include unlicensed sports betting operations, money laundering claims involving TMT affiliates, and multiple probation-related violations that continued to follow him over the years.
How do the people around him, how do the lawyers that I'm sure that he employs, the financial people that are probably running his life telling him to stop spending $1 million a day, how do they not deal with his taxes?
Well, listen,
He
apparently had a tough time reading the thing, as they say. Like he didn't know what he couldn't read like.
That's BS.
Something.
That is BS.
They said something.
Time out. He is paying. I'm sure he's got a litany of people in his world.
I happen to agree.
Financial management people.
You think so?
How long before he's suing somebody for mismanagement of funds?
Listen,
you know that's happening.
You'd certainly think so. By the way, they announced. I'll get your calls in a second. They did announce the pricing for Mayweather McGregor. $100 for a high def, $90 for standard def. So there you go. So it's exactly what the Mayweather.
And here's the shocking part. According to insiders, none of this happened overnight. The problems had reportedly been building behind closed doors for quite some time. Floyd allegedly believed he could keep everything under control privately, just like he always had. But now, the sentence is out in the open for everyone to see. And even though this situation doesn't involve jail time like it did back in 2012, many believe the long-term damage could be even worse. For the first time, the untouchable image surrounding Floyd Mayweather Jr. appears to be falling apart. It all started with one massive headline. Floyd Mayweather reportedly purchased $42 million worth of apartments in Manhattan. Floyd claimed he had acquired 62 buildings in New York, as if it were just another casual business move.
Hogan hopped on the Walkway to Fight Club show, and when he was asked about being paid, he was nothing short of honest.
It's unfortunate because, same, Floyd Money Mayweather. Surely I was going to get my check fairly quickly, right? And that did happen, so I'm sure it'll come eventually, right? I realized, okay, I'm being strung along. This is a classic, hey, buddy, you're the new guy in this industry. We're going to puppeteer you however we want. Hop on for the ride and shut up. Instead of shutting up, I make fun of him on social media and let everyone know that he doesn't have any money. I kind of joke and I'm facetious and I point the finger at Floyd. Well, I don't know if it's his fault. Maybe a little bit, but something tells me Floyd doesn't control where the money goes. Or maybe he does. I don't know.
Floyd Mayweather Jr.'s company, VA Properties, publicly revealed that it had secured a huge portfolio of apartment buildings across Upper Manhattan, many of them tied to rent-regulated housing. Floyd presented the deal as more than just another investment, describing it as both a major business expansion and an effort to help local communities. But online critics quickly questioned the story, and according to reports, federal investigators were just as skeptical.
See me on a regular talking about real estate. Well, lately I purchased
62 apartment buildings in New York City. And what I need you guys to do, slide over, check out the photos. It's not all 62 buildings, it's a few buildings, but guess what? All the buildings belong to me. I don't have no partners. And all the retail down low on my building.
Then things became even more suspicious when Business Insider released reports that sparked a whole new wave of questions. According to New York property records, none of the buildings Floyd Mayweather Jr. claimed to have purchased had officially changed ownership. Not a single one. Reports also stated that the NYC Housing Partnership had never even been notified that any transaction or sale had taken place.
And I'm pointing like this because all of them. We're in New York City right now. We're in Manhattan. This is what we do. Come on. All this money made. No partners. All by myself. Over 1,000 apartments. I'm just getting started.
And somehow, the story only became more bizarre. When reporters reached out to Floyd Mayweather Jr.'s company for answers, a man identifying himself as James McNair, Floyd's alleged business partner, responded to their questions. But according to reporters, his voice sounded completely different from previous interviews believed to involve McNair. He reportedly refused to provide any documentation proving the sale had actually happened, insisting only that Floyd genuinely cared about low-income housing because of the environment he grew up in's. Backlash intensified. Floyd quickly took to social media, dismissing the reports as fake news and accusing critics of wanting to see him fail. But at that point, the damage had already been done.
In this article, it states that he's spending $402 million in real estate investment in a 1,000-unit affordable housing portfolio in Upper Manhattan. The portfolio includes over 60 buildings and is one of the city's largest real estate deals of the year.
Wow. Well, thank you, Floyd Mayweather, for investing.
That headline quickly grew too big to ignore. It drew massive media attention, and according to reports, it also pushed federal investigators to dig much deeper into Floyd Mayweather Jr.'s business dealings. Investigators allegedly came to believe that the Manhattan apartment situation was not the main issue itself, but potentially part of something much larger happening behind the scenes. Reports claim Floyd was ultimately handed a 2-year suspended sentence, placed under mandatory federal monitoring for his business operations, and ordered to pay a staggering $12.7 million fine. On top of that, he is also reportedly banned from serving as the primary license holder for any boxing promotion in Nevada until at least 2028.
Money made all day. You know, right here, a light million. Over there, counting up another million over there. Walk with me, ladies and gentlemen. Let me take you into my life. So Andrew Jackson, of course, is on the 20. Benjamin Franklin right here. You know, money made all day. We in the bank. Doing what we do best. Counting money.
That means Floyd Mayweather Jr., the promoter, has now reportedly lost the ability to fully operate under his own name in Las Vegas, the very city where he built his empire. For a man who earned hundreds of millions throughout his career, you might assume the financial penalty would mean nothing. But this situation is far bigger than money. It's about power, influence, and control over the brand he spent decades creating. And now, that brand has taken a hit even Floyd may not be able to escape. Mayweather Promotions became one of boxing's biggest success stories after Floyd retired from the ring. He transformed his name into a massive business empire by promoting events, signing young fighters, and continuing to generate millions without ever putting the gloves back on. But now, with licensing restrictions and federal oversight reportedly hanging over every business decision, the future of TMT suddenly feels far less secure. You're out of messages, W.
Here with sadness today to report to you that I'm incredibly disappointed in one of my all-time favorite fighters, my brother, Floyd Money Mayweather. Now, Floyd Mayweather.
Disappointed. I really am disappointed. The thing is that Floyd is what they call an independent contractor. And what happens is that when you become an independent contractor, Skip, if you make $230 million they give you 2 checks or a check for $230 million. It is up to you to take out the deduction and make sure state, federal, and whatever else needs to be deducted is paid to the Internal Revenue Service. Floyd, you made 230, and I get it, Skip. I can just imagine getting a check for 200.
Reports suggest that Las Vegas events linked to Mayweather promotions have now been put on hold. At the same time, sportsbook partnerships are reportedly under review, creating even more uncertainty around the business. Inside the boxing world, the ripple effects are already being felt. Several fighters are said to be reconsidering their future, with rumors that at least 3 rising prospects tied to TMT are in talks with major promoters such as Premier Boxing Champions, Matchroom Boxing, and Top Rank. As the pressure builds, the sentiment around the situation is becoming clearer. Nobody wants to be associated with a ship that might be sinking.
Mayweather fought another exhibition against Gotti last Saturday. A real the crowd booing in the arena at the end. But in the middle of the second round, Floyd literally had the referee swapped out. He didn't like that the referee told him to stop hitting behind the head. Floyd is used to having the refs do whatever he wants, and he wasn't getting his way this time. It was so embarrassing. Floyd, you're 50 years old. You're a legend in the sport. I've stood up for you in countless interviews, including Shannon Sharp's podcast last week. But you have to stop embarrassing yourself with these exhibitions. I know life is hard, I know life is expensive, but come on, dude, put your legacy first. Nobody wants to remember you like this. And it gets worse, your jeweler filed a lawsuit against you in Miami. And many are saying you're gonna have to sell off your assets. I hate seeing this happen, bro.
And fans were quick to point out that Gervonta Davis had already parted ways with Floyd Mayweather Jr. before any of this controversy fully unfolded. Now, many supporters believe that timing says a lot, and they see the situation as a possible explanation for why that split happened in the first place.
Once you get around someone, you be looking up to these people so bad, and like once you get around, they don't be who they say they is or who they portray to be. Like, damn, I was 21 at the time, and I haven't fought in like 7 or 8 months. He was like, you gotta fight this fighter, which is Joseph Pedraza. You don't fight him, you're not fighting. You're sitting on the show. So I had to fight him. I got evicted. I had to sell my jewelry. They were saying I was messing with his daughter off the fact that she kept Snapchat. So they said it to Floyd. And Floyd, he would say that he gave me like money to get my mom out the hood, but me being from the hood, 10, 15,000, that's not, after a couple months, she gonna be back in the hood.
His devastating power and flair-packed Rhinos after splitting from Mayweather Promotions in 2022. He's headlined lucrative PP bouts, like against Ryan Garcia, showing Dupin appeal Mayweather's early support training promotion. And exposure accelerated his rise, but Davis' talent and drive suggest he'd still thrive. His path might have been slower yet. His boxing prowess ensures...
About your first time DTD, what's your plans for that and how big it is to finally get your first one?
It's just a test run right now, just you know what I mean? I'm on my own type of joint, but much love to Mayweather Promotion, you know what I mean? Leonard, Floyd, all them guys, I definitely appreciate them, you know what I mean? But, you know what I mean, I'm just doing my own thing now, you know what I mean? Not saying in the future we can't work together or anything like that, but just trying to, you know what I mean? Put my own pass on.
So how's your relationship with Floyd though? Is he still a part of your family?
Floyd outdoing him. He always been like that. You know what I mean? So, shit, we involved, heavy, deeply. You know what I mean?
What's making things even more suspicious is the silence coming from Floyd Mayweather Jr. himself. Since the sentence reportedly dropped, there have been no flashy Instagram posts, no typical social media flexing, and none of that familiar, they hate me because they ain't me, energy. Just silence. And for someone who has always thrived on attention, that silence feels unusual. Sources close to Floyd claim he feels betrayed by people within his own inner circle, with allegations that some information may have been leaked against him. There are even rumors suggesting a former business partner may now be cooperating with investigators. The man who talked his way through 50 fights without a loss is now facing something completely different. No cameras, no crowd, and no guaranteed outcome. And when you look at the bigger picture, the potential impact on boxing could be significant. Floyd was never just a fighter. He became a blueprint for fighter-run businesses, showing boxers how to control pay-per-view revenue, promotions, and their own branding. But now, promoters across the sport may start operating far more cautiously, changing how future boxing empires are built.
When me and Tank go at it, sometime he'll look at Tank and say, yo, listen to him, man. I'm good. They shot about
What's your thought on Tank and Floyd going back and forth, man?
I let two grown men handle their business, but they know whose side I'm on if we gotta go there, though.
This situation could also trigger a major shift in boxing's balance of power. Fighters like Terence Crawford may now see a real opening to build their own promotional empires and start signing young talent under their own banners. With Floyd Mayweather Jr. potentially losing influence, a vacuum is created, and boxing has always been quick to fill that kind of gap and elevate a new dominant figure. Among younger fans, perceptions of Floyd are already more divided than before. While his undefeated record still commands respect, many also associate his legacy with a flashy lifestyle and a money over everything image, which doesn't resonate the same way with everyone across new generations.
It always comes to me.
Why not? I mean, everything you got don't cost money. Everything you do costs money. You can't take your wife on a date for free.
Is that how you measure your success?
No. Me, I'm loyal and honest. And I'm a good person. And I call a spade a spade. Money don't make me, I make money. And without money, I'll be the same person. I fought so many fights for...
Gen Z fans, in particular, are placing more value on authenticity than ever before. They're drawn to figures who feel real, grounded, and consistent with their message both inside and outside the sport. For many of them, it's no longer just about undefeated records or massive paydays. They want legends and promoters who actively contribute to growing boxing, building new stars, and strengthening the sport itself, rather than simply cashing out from its biggest moments.
We call this breakfast. Everybody like breakfast. No, everybody don't like breakfast. Some people like brunch, some people like lunch, some people like dinner. I like it all. And you already know what my name is. We gonna leave it. What I ever had was when I got $100,000. A kid, when you come from nothing, from poverty, from nothing, and then you get a $100,000 check, because $100,000 at that particular time felt like $100 million. But once you receive a $100 million check and $50 million check on a regular, then it's just...
No, but what I'm saying, when you received that first one, because see, nobody had done that type of shit before.
The $100,000 feel better than $100 million. Because out the world is competing with one another. Whereas I feel like everybody should be able to choose what they want to choose and go with who they want to go with. I think everybody should work together. And what I always did was I believed in myself. Before anybody else believed in me, I believed in myself.
At one point, you were getting celebrity endorsements. One was DJ Khaled, hilarious, and Floyd Mayweather.
Yeah.
And he posted on his Instagram him taking this what do you call it? The Centra card?
Centra card.
The Centra cards. And going and purchasing something with his Bitcoin at a store.
Yeah.
He did that knowing that it didn't work.
Floyd Mayweather doesn't know anything that's going on, really. So like what
we all know that.
Yeah, yeah.
The guy can't read,
Yeah.
How much did you guys pay him?
Like $1 million.
He took that knowing or not caring if it worked?
It was just not knowing, right? Like they didn't care. He does a million promotions like that. It was basically you speak to his manager. Yeah. He's like, this is Floyd's price. And you send the money over. Yeah. The manager makes his little cut from it. Mm-hmm. And he just says, what do you want me to say? And what do you want me to do?
Okay.
Right. And you just basically give him his script and he.
You take care of my face. I want to show the people how I live on a daily basis. This right here is red. So we got this. We like to call this house right here the Palace. This is the EWB. Spinning wheel base. Gucci pillows. All depends on how you want to close the door. Stop talking on filming. Come on. I didn't show you guys this. I bought this like 4 or 5 days ago. I got all type of toys, Apple TV, espresso machine, all type of crazy stuff. Talked about this yesterday too. Boom, the suits. Crocodile Himalaya. 110,000. That's what we do. Live life, have fun, work hard, play hard. Show you guys my lifestyle. We call this breakfast. Everybody like breakfast. No, everybody don't like breakfast. Some people like brunch, some people like lunch, some people like dinner. I like it all. And you already know what my name is. We gonna leave it. I ever had was when I got $100,000. A kid, when you come from nothing, from poverty, from nothing, and then somebody, you get a $100,000 check, because $100,000 at that particular time feel like $100 million. But once you receive a $100 million check and $50 million check on a regular, then it's just...
No, but what I'm saying, when you receive that first one, because see, nobody had done that type of shit before.
The $100,000 feel better than $100 million. Because our world is competing with one another, whereas I feel like everybody should be able to choose what they want to choose and go with who they want to go with. I think everybody should work together. And what I always did was I believed in myself. Before anybody else believed in me, I believed in myself.
At one point, you were getting celebrity endorsements. One was DJ Khaled, hilarious, and Floyd Mayweather.
Yeah.
And he posted on his Instagram him taking this what do you call it? The Centra card?
Centra card.
The Centra cards. And going and purchasing something with his Bitcoin at a store.
Yeah.